So how do you read histograms? Reading histograms is just, obviously, they present a histogram to you first, and you have to pull data from there. So it requires you to pay attention, but it's not that difficult once you're really paying attention. So we have have data represented here. It says balls made in each game of Watson's billiards tournament. All right. So we have, if I was to read this without even paying attention to the question, I can see here that there is one game that has between 4 and 7 balls made. Because between 4 and 7, it goes up to 1. There's one game between 4 and 7 balls made. There are 5 games between 8 and 11. There are 8 games between 12 and 15. So I can read this really quickly. Now, how many games were played in Watson's billiard tournament? Well, to answer that question, all of the games were played in Watson's billiard tournament. So really, they just want you to say, can you read each of those lines? Well, like we just said, there's one game between 4 and 7 balls. There are 5 games between 8 and 11 balls. And there are 8 games between 12 and 15 balls. So all you do is add them up. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 8 will be 14. So there were 14 games. It doesn't matter how many balls were made, there were 14 games played. How many houses have an area less than 100 meters square? So again, if I look at this data, there are 4 houses between 50 and 100. There are 7 houses between 100 and 150. There are 9 houses between 150 and 200. There are 4 houses between 200 and 250, and there is 1 house between 250 and 300 square meters. So they're asking how many houses have an area less than 100 square meters. Well, 100 square meters is right here. So in order for it to be less, it must be to the left. So the only houses that are less than 100 would be these 4 right here. So there are 4 houses less than 100 square meters. Countries represented at each festival. We're looking at the number of festivals and the number of countries. So there's 1 country here, and you can really just look across here. There's 3 between 6 and 11. There's 5 between 12 and 17. There's 4 between 18 and 23, and 2 between 24 and 29. And so they're asking us how many more festivals had 18 to 23 countries represented than 0 to 5 countries represented. So this is really just, it's not even really critical thinking. You just have to pay attention. So how many more festivals had 18 to 23 countries represented than 0 to 5 countries? Or how many had 18 to 23? There were 4 right here. So there were 4 here. How many had 0 to 5? There was only 1 country that had 0 to 5. So there's 1. How many more festivals? How many more is 4 than 1? The answer is 3. 4 minus 1 gives you 3. So my answer is there are 3 more festivals had 18 to 23 countries than 0 to 5. So it's really just a matter of paying attention. How many vehicles are at Nom's gas station? Well, we have 3 vehicles between 0 and 50. So 3, 4, we can do this a little faster now. 5, 6, 3, and 2. How many vehicles are at Nom's gas station? Well, they're all at Nom's gas station. So all they're asking you to really do is just add them together. So here's 7, 12, 18, 21, 23. So altogether, there are 23 vehicles at the gas station. How many cherry pies have 90 or more cherries? Well, to find out how much all of them are, so now I have here, this isn't 4, between 30 and 59 cherries. It's not 4, it's not 6, it's in between. So there are 5 pies between 30 and 59. There are 10 pies between 60 and 89. There are 4 pies between 90 and 110 cherries. And there are, again, in between 2 and 4 would be 3 pies between 120 and 149 cherries. So how many cherry pies have 90 or more? Well, that would just be everything that is 90 or greater. So you have 4 here. That's 90 or greater. These 3 are also 90 or greater. So altogether, 4 plus 3 gives you 7. So that's really all you have to do. It's just a matter of paying attention to what the question's asking you, knowing how much each category or range is represented, and answering the questions from there. So hope that helps. Let's get it done.